Hello and welcome to all of you in my channel Blue Chip Finance Education and Learning. In today's video, we will discuss about association and Cheese-Care questions related to the paper 2008 of Intermediate Statistics 2 of Federal Board. तो आज के क्वेश्चन के अंदर सबसे पहले हम एक्सटेंसिव क्वेश्चन को डिस्कस करेंगे कि इन द फॉलोइंग टेबल द नंबर ऑफ एम्प्लॉयज़ एंड कंडीशन ऑफ फैक्ट्री और शोन कंडीशन ऑफ प्रेमिसेस A1, A2, A3 and number of persons employed under 50, 51 to 150, 151 to 250 and fourth category is 251 and above. Discuss the association between the condition of premises and the number of employees. So जैसा कि कल मैंने आपको बताया कि मेथड सेम रहेगा, मेथड के अंदर कोई चेंज नहीं आएगी, जस्ट अकॉर्डिंग टू डाटा हमारी कैलकुलेशंस चेंज होंगी, अदरवाइज मेथड इज सेम विच वी डिस्कस्ड yesterday. So first step जो है वो है जी hypothesis. In null hypothesis we will assume that there is no association between these two attributes, condition of premises and number of persons employed. In alternative hypothesis we will assume that there is association between condition of premises and number of persons employed. तो हमेशा in each and every case we will assume in null hypothesis that there is no association between these two attributes, and in alternative hypothesis we will assume that there is association between these two attributes. Second step is to take the level of significance. Mostly it is given in the question, but by default level of significance is 0.05, so alpha is equals to 0.05. Step number 3 is to write down the formula for Cheese-Care, and formula is sum of FO minus FE whole square divided by FE. FO stands for observed frequencies, these are all observed frequencies, and FE stands for expected frequencies, which we calculate later in this video. So fourth step is to calculate the expected frequencies. So expected frequencies, first of all we take the total. If totals are not given in the question, we will take the total of all these observations by rows and columns. So 69 plus 87 plus 26 equals to 182, 96 plus 64 plus 9 equals to 169, 49 plus 20 plus 8 equals to 77, 42, 25 plus 5 equals to 72, and in the same way we can calculate the total of rows. For first row the total is 256, for the second row total is 196, and for the third row total is 48, and this 500 is subtotal. Either you can calculate through adding 256 plus 196 plus 48, or you can calculate from the column totals 182 plus 169 plus 77 plus 72. It is your choice to calculate either from total taken from rows or columns. The answer should be same. So subtotal is 500. Now we come to the calculation of expected frequencies. So first expected frequency for observed frequency 69 is the row total, that is 256, multiplied by column total, that is 182, in which 69 is located. Total of row and column should be taken in which your observed frequency is located. So 256 multiplied by 182 divided by 500 equals to 93.184. For 96, row total is 256 and column total is 169 divided by subtotal, and expected frequency is 86.528. For 49, row total is 256, column total 77 and subtotal 500, and expected frequency is 39.424. And in the same way, for 42, row total is 256, column total is 72 divided by 500, and expected frequency is 36.864. So in the same way, you can calculate all these expected frequencies for 87, for 64, for 20, for 25, and in the same way for 26, 9, 8, 5, and calculations are given here. So there are 12 observed frequencies, and we should calculate 12 expected frequencies. After that, the calculation of expected frequency, now we come to put our data in the tabular form for the final calculation of chi-square. First we take observed frequencies, and in front of each observed frequency we write down the respective expected frequency. For example, observed frequency 69. For this observed frequency, our expected frequency is 93.184. Similarly, for 26 observed frequency, our expected frequency is 17.472, and in the same way we can take all the expected frequencies with respect to their location. So we write down first of all observed frequencies 69, 96, 49, 69, 96, 49, 87, 64, 20, 26, 9, 8, 5, and we write down observed frequencies here. And in front of each observed frequency, we will write down expected frequency, but related to this observed frequency. So 93.184, 86.528, 39.424, 36.864, and so on. And we will write down these expected frequencies in front of each observed frequency. After that, we just subtract these two, 69 minus 93.184, 96 minus 86.528, and so on. And after that, we will take the square of this subtraction. So minus 24.18 square is equals to 584.866. 9.472 square 89.719, and so on. And in the final step, we just divide this 584.866 divided by FE. Respective FE is 93.184 equals to 6.2765. Similarly, 89.719 divided by 86.528 equals to 1.0369, and so on. And after this step, we just add up all these values, and our sum is 25.6291, and that is our calculated chi-square. Finally, we go to the next step, and the next step is to take the critical region. For critical region, we need two things. One is alpha and one is degree of freedom. In chi-square test, degree of freedom is equals to row minus 1 multiplied by column minus 1. Alpha is given in the question. If it is not given in the question, by default you can take 0.05. Row minus 1, in our question there are 3 rows and 4 columns. Total, the row and column of total is not included in the question, so only there are 3. Condition of premises: And types of number of persons employed are 4. So there are 3 rows and 4 columns. So 3 minus 1 multiplied by 4 minus 1 equals to 6. So 6 is our degree of freedom. Alpha is 0.05. And now we go to the chi-square table. 6 degree of freedom, alpha 0.05, or tabulated value is 12.592. So if our chi-square calculated value is greater than this 12.592, we are in critical region. And if our calculated value of chi-square is equals to or less than this 12.592, we fall in acceptance region. So there are two regions. One is acceptance region and one is rejection or critical region. If our answer falls in acceptance region, we should accept null hypothesis, and if our calculation falls in rejection region, we should reject our null hypothesis. So our tabulated value is 12.592 and our calculated value of chi-square is 25.6291. So our calculated value is greater than this tabulated value, so our answer falls in critical region. So we will reject our null hypothesis, and if we reject our null hypothesis, we should accept alternative hypothesis. So the calculated value of chi-square 25.6291 is greater than the tabulated value of chi-square 12.592, or 25.6291 falls in the rejection region. We accept the alternative hypothesis that there is association between condition of premises and number of persons employed, and we will reject our null hypothesis. Here at the start, we take two conditions of hypothesis. In first one, in null hypothesis, there is no association between condition of premises and number of persons employed, and in alternative hypothesis, there is association between condition of premises and number of persons employed. So we are going to accept alternative hypothesis and reject null hypothesis. So all the process will remain same in the questions of chi-square. These are 7 steps, and you just make practice of these steps. Only data will be changed in different questions, otherwise process to calculate this is same. Now we come to the second part of the paper, and that is related to the short questions. First question is what is the degree of freedom in the following test? A condition is pool T if sample size is n1 and n2, it is related to hypothesis. Pair T if sample size is n1 and n2, it is also related to the hypothesis. And finally C part, chi-square if row multiplied by column contingency table is given. So पूल टेस्ट जो है वो रिलेटेड है हाइपोथेसिस के अंदर, और पूल टेस्ट में n1 और n2 इफ़ देर आर टू डिफरेंट डिस्ट्रीब्यूशंस, जहाँ पे भी n1 और n2 का जिक्र होगा, इसका मतलब ये है कि यहाँ पे जो डिस्ट्रीब्यूशंस हैं वो एक नहीं हैं बल्कि 2 हैं. तो ऐसी सूरत में अगर तो पूल्ड है, पेयर्ड नहीं है, तो इसके अंदर हम जो डिग्री ऑफ फ्रीडम है वो बराबर है n1 प्लस n2 माइनस 2 के. लेकिन पेयर्ड जो टेस्ट है उसके अंदर चाहे डबल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन भी दी गई है, लेकिन हमारा डिग्री ऑफ फ्रीडम n-1 ही होगा. तो ये याद रखें, हाइपोथेसिस के अंदर अगर पूल टेस्ट है तो उसमें डिग्री ऑफ फ्रीडम n1 प्लस n2 माइनस 2 है, और अगर पेयर टेस्ट है तो उसमें डिग्री ऑफ फ्रीडम n-1 है. लेकिन chi-square जैसे कि हम मुख्तलिफ क्वेश्चंस में वी ऑलरेडी calculated degree of freedom, as you know that degree of freedom in chi-square is always equals to row minus 1 multiplied by column minus 1. The next question is represent the following data in tabular form. Total population 900, literate people 300, employed people 750, literate and employed equals to 160. What will be the number of illiterate and employed people? So you can calculate this through contingency table, which we already made in different questions related to chi-square. Total population, as you know, that total will be placed here, that is equals to 900. And there are two different attributes. One is literacy and one is employment. So literate people and reverse of or opposite of literate people is illiterate people, and the second attribute is employment. So first condition will be employed people, and second condition will be unemployed people. So first of all, you will make this table, and after that just place the data which you already have in the question. फॉर एग्जाम्पल टोटल पॉपुलेशन, जैसे कि आपने अभी मुख्तलिफ क्वेश्चंस देखे हैं, टोटल हमेशा इस जगह पे आएगा 900. उसके बाद लिटरेट पीपल जो हैं वो आपके पास टोटल हैं 300, और उसके बाद एम्प्लॉयड पीपल जो हैं वो टोटल आपके पास हैं 750. सो 750 शुड बी प्लेस्ड हियर. सो तीन वैल्यूज़ आपने पुट की 900, 300 एंड 750. After that, literate and employed 160, literate and employed 160, and after that you can very easily calculate these 1, 2, 3 and 4 values. If the employed and literate people are 160, then remaining, because this 300 is the total of employed and unemployed, so just subtract this 160 out of 300 and the answer is 140. And here you have the total of 750, and here the literate peoples and employed are 160, so just subtract this 160 out of 750 and the remaining is 590. And after that 590 plus 10 should be equals to, first of all you will calculate this 600. After that you can calculate this 10. 300 you already have, so 300 plus 600 equals to 900, and after that you can very easily place 10 here and 150 here. So after that 2008 के पेपर में दो MCQs हैं जी इससे ची स्क्वायर से रिलेटेड. The calculated value of chi-square could not be, chi-square वैल्यू पॉजिटिव भी हो सकती है, ज़ीरो भी हो सकती है, 1 भी हो सकती है, बट इट कैन नॉट बी नेगेटिव. chi-square का आंसर कभी भी नेगेटिव नहीं आता, इसी वजह से इसको वन टेल पॉजिटिव टेल टेस्ट भी बोला जाता है. और सेकंड आपका MCQ है, विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इज नॉट द एग्जांपल ऑफ एट्रीब्यूट. एट्रीब्यूट इज कैरेक्टर. Liking or disliking is character, religion is character, beauty is character, but weight is not character. So attribute, weight should not be attribute. We cannot treat weight as an attribute. So these are two multiple choice questions related to paper 2008 of chi-square and association. In next coming video we will focus on next question of other paper related to association and chi-square. Till then, take care of yourself and other persons around you. Thank you.